The only shortcut to life is to never miss a day, because sometimes you get lucky, and you'll never miss a lucky day if you try every day. Because when you've come from the absolute bottom to the absolute top, and you've done it all off of your own back, and hard work and dedication and never missing a day, one, because of compounding interest, and two, if you don't try every day, you might miss your lucky day. And that's what people don't understand. If you never miss a day and you never don't try and you're always on time, was I late today? No, on time, and you try and improve every aspect of your life, and you're a professional, and you try and make sure that you analyze your decisions, you give yourself feedback, you don't make mistakes, you're not lazy. If you try and you make it to the top, because you look at the people down below and you're like, well, why didn't you try? I did. Oh, I did too. No, you didn't. That's a lie. Now you're lying to me, and that annoys me. I believe that they have the lives they deserve because they haven't been prepared to suffer like I've suffered. If I was as lazy and incompetent as these people, I'd be like them. These people, they're not triers. I didn't even have chances that good. I wish I did. I wish I had a billionaire sitting on the internet explaining to me how the world worked. I would have done anything for that. But I've never had that chance. I had to work them all out myself, take huge monumental risks, do the nearly impossible to escape. It's easier to get rich now than it's ever been. This goes back into my mentality about the kind of person who takes risks and takes action. So then people will say to me, this is what's so amazing. People will say to me, oh, how do you have all these Bugattis? How do you have $100 million of cars? You're so lucky. It's not luck. It's never been luck. I've been the person who took action. And if I were to tell you right now what action to take, you won't do it. So I'm not going to feel sorry for you when you fail. I'm not going to feel sorry for failing, for losers.
My life is just work. But that's boring, right? But that's the truth about it. I'm on my laptop all day, every day. I have 18 hours a day of screen time. I'm either training or I'm working. Do I know some women? Yes, of course. Do I have some fancy cars to drive? Yes. Can I go to the odd restaurant? Yes. But the majority of the time, all I do is work because that's what I enjoy to do. I don't think most things outside of work are as entertaining as the work itself. That's why I'm successful. Yeah, I do have women who I know, and yeah, I can have that crazy lifestyle, and I did it for a while. But I wouldn't even say it's empty. You know, people get successful and they start to say, oh, I'm above that. It's empty. It's empty. It's vaporous. That's true. I just don't think it's as fun as working. I think just winning is fun. I think the whole point of life is a man is competition in the first place. Life is rented. I know exactly what you're saying, but I'm saying my philosophy is that you never own anything that you're not renting anyway. Your physical health is not something you have. It's something you rent. If you don't look after it, you lose it. Just like a house, if you don't pay the rent, you lose the house. It's the same with your business. If you don't look after your business, you lose the business, you lose your money. The same with women. If you don't look after the women, you lose the women. So do you have to sit there and attribute value to each thing and work out, is this worth the extra seconds in the day to maintain it? And if I'm going to do anything, you're going to optimize it, right? Isn't that life? You go to the fight gym and you spar and you lose and you get better. You attempt to optimize it. You try and make some money. You attempt to optimize it. You attempt to grow the number of followers you have on your YouTube channel. When you go out dating women, you attempt to optimize it to get better at it. If I'm going to speak to people, I'm going to optimize it to be maximally effective. I want to be the person who can say less words than everybody else and have a larger impact. That's what I want to do. I've chosen that. I've decided to do that. I understand that to be able to do that, I also need to have a certain persona and a certain capability. It's hard to do that if I'm not financially successful. It's hard to do that if I'm physically weak. If I walk into a room and I want to bellow and I want to sit, talk in a particular manner, but I'm physically weak and broke, nobody gives a shit. But I have real world accolades. Also, a lot of my real world accolades are based on the fact that I've suffered and I'm prepared to go through difficult scenarios for the things I've said, which once again adds credence to my words.
Does happiness exist to you?
I don't think it's important. I am already happy and I'm happy all the time. Even when bad things happen, I'm always a happy person. I don't operate in the happy, sad paradigm. So to me, I'm always happy because I don't measure it. If you don't measure something, it doesn't exist. If you give attention to depression, you're depressed. If you give attention to how happy you are, you're always going to be measuring if you're happy or not that day. If you don't think about those things, they don't exist. I don't give measurement to them. Is that the heartbreak part is the best part.
Yeah.
That's the real love. The whole holding hands, everything's happy, we're out at dinner, smiling, laughing. No, that's boring. The true memory of love, the actual real fun part of the love is the part where you feel the deepest, and you feel the deepest when it goes wrong. And we can apply that to everything. That's the funnest part of life. Funnest part of life. It's never fun at the time, but in retrospect, when you want to use hindsight and analyze your entire life via the lens of your mind, when you go back in time, those bad times are the best times. Because I believe as a man, chasing happiness is probably the most asinine thing you can do. It's the easiest way to lose as a man is to chase happiness. What will make me happy is not how you win as a man. How you win as a man is, I don't care how I feel, what must be done. And really the only thing that's fun in life is work. The only thing that's fun is the thing that made you rich in the first place. That's the reason it made you rich, because you found it fun. There are no fun activities to do once you're rich. The only thing you can really do is slow things down. So a poor person has a 1 hour lunch. I'm allowed a 4 hour lunch. Great. You can add some time to things. But I don't know. I see there are some other rich people who, they get enamored by wine and they think that giving their life to tasting different grapes is somehow not a complete waste of consciousness. But they're dipshits. And that's why they're not important. And that's why no one knows who the they are. So when I talk to other millionaires and like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wine, I like to spend my time wine. Well, then you go do that. Life is just, it's a game. We're living in a simulation. And if you want a high score, you have to choose the highest difficulty. So I want a high score. A lot of these people, especially people who talk about Zen, Stoicism, etc., I distrust. And this isn't specifically about him. This is about all of these people. Because they'll sit in a beautiful field with green grass in Bali, and they'll put on a stupid robe. And they'll sit there and they'll do this and they'll say, I'm Zen, my mind is great. You're in a beautiful field in Bali. Of course you're Zen. What are you going to be upset about? It's sunny. It's not even raining. You have nothing to complain about. Go and be Zen in a trench in Ukraine. Then show me your Zen. If you're so Zen and you're so fantastic with your mind, any of these people, I openly challenge you, considering you're all physically incapable, go do an MMA fight and get the shit kicked out of you. Go and you know you're going to lose because you're a pussy. I know you're going to lose. You know you're going to lose. He's going to hurt you, but you're Zen. Show me the power of your mind. Go get your ass whooped. Oh no, you're scared. You won't do that. You won't go get in the cage and get grounded and pounded. I thought you were Zen. Turns out you're only Zen when everything's fine. That's not Zen. It's not Zen to be Zen when everything's fine. So all these people with their spoiled little privileged lives and their yoga retreats. Oh, I feel so great in my yoga retreat. Oh, you feel so great in one of the most idyllic locations on the planet, eating food that's prepared for you. You feel great. Wow. Mental control. For the clown show. It's a clown show. If these people were truly who they wanted to pretend they are, they'd be in the trenches somewhere. The UFC fighter has more Zen when he's getting punched in the face in front of all these people, in front of his screaming wife, worried about him losing consciousness forever. When he's taking shots to the face and still avoiding them and keeping a clear enough mind to slip the punches. So all these people are full of because if they were truly Zen, they'd live a life similar to mine. But they don't. I ain't lonely. I've never been lonely. I've never been lonely. You don't know me. I've never been lonely. I had no money and I was never lonely.
Yo, what's good, warriors? Let's cut through the noise and get real for a minute. I'm about to drop some truth bombs that'll hit you harder than a knockout punch. You think you're stuck in a rut, hating your life, wishing you were somewhere else? Nah, man, you're exactly where you choose to be. If you were truly uncomfortable, if you were really fed up, you wouldn't be chilling in that same old spot, playing video games, eating junk, and calling it a day. You'd be out there, fighting, grinding, clawing your way to something better. Let's break this down, Top G style, and I'm gonna give you the playbook to rewrite your reality. If you're ready to wake up and win, smash that subscribe button, and let's get to it. Look, your body knows when something's wrong. You ever fall asleep on your arm and it starts screaming in pain? Even in the deepest sleep, you wake up, shake it out, fix it. That's instinct. That's survival. So if you've been stuck in the same dead-end life for 7 years, same broke bank account, same small apartment, same excuses, you're not that uncomfortable. Sure, you've got days where you're pissed, where you're like, man, this sucks. But then you grab a pizza, fire up Call of Duty, and you're cool again. You're semi-comfortable. You're okay with the rut. If you were truly miserable, you wouldn't sleep at night. You'd be up, scheming, planning, moving. When I was broke, I couldn't close my eyes without seeing the gap between my world and the one I wanted. I'd lie in bed, heart racing, thinking about the dudes rolling in Ferraris while my parents scraped by to pay the electric bill. I saw my boys stressing over rent, eating cheap noodles, while other people were out there living in mansions, driving $500,000 cars. It hit me like a brick. There's another reality out there. A world where money flows, where success is normal, where you don't just survive, you dominate. I wasn't mad at my life. I was mad I hadn't cracked the code to that other world yet. That hunger kept me awake. That fire pushed me to figure it out. And that's what's missing for most of you. You're too comfortable in your discomfort. Let me paint a picture. I grew up in a place where struggle was the default. Everybody around me was hustling just to eat me parents, my friends, my neighbors. Bills were always late. Groceries were always short. But then I see these other cats living a life I couldn't even wrap my head around. Private jets, designer suits, cars that cost more than my whole block. I didn't hate them, I studied them. I knew there was a game being played, a system I wasn't in yet. Banking, finance, business, there was a whole world of rules I needed to learn. And I wasn't gonna sit there whining about how unfair it was. I got to work. I read, I hustled, I failed, I got back up. Because I wasn't okay with staying broke. I wasn't okay with settling for less. Here's the deal. You're exactly where you wish to be. Yeah, I said it. You might think you're unhappy, but if you're still in the same spot, doing the same things, you're choosing it. If you were truly done with it, you'd be out there changing it. When I was coming up, I'd see guys talk a big game about wanting to be rich, wanting to be jacked, wanting to live large. They'd get hyped for a day, hit the gym once, watch a motivational video, talk about their big plans. Then, 3 hours later, they're back on the couch, controller in hand, munching on chips. That's not hunger. That's not drive. That's just flirting with change. If you really wanted it, you'd be obsessed. You'd be training every day, studying every night, building something brick by brick. You wouldn't stop until you had it. Let me hit you with a story. When I was 22, I was working a dead-end job, barely making rent. I'd see these ads for luxury cars, private islands, all that flashy stuff, and it burned me up inside. Not because I was jealous, but because I knew I was meant for more. One night, I was so broke I couldn't even afford a burger. I sat in my car, staring at this billboard of a dude in a suit, standing next to a Lamborghini. I could have gone home, cracked a beer, and forgot about it, but I didn't. I pulled out my phone, started researching how to start a business, how to invest, how to level up. I didn't sleep that night. I couldn't. That discomfort, that hunger, pushed me to take the first step. And that's what made me who I am today. If you're feeling that hunger, hit that subscribe button, and let's keep this fire lit. You gotta understand, anything you've ever truly wished for, you've gotten. Think about it. Every time you've wanted something with every fiber of your being, whether it was a girl, a job, a win, you made it happen. The universe, God, whatever you call it, doesn't let you down when your heart's all in. So if you're not where you want to be, it's not because life's unfair. It's because you don't really want it. You say you want $1 million, but do you? Or are you just saying it because it sounds cool? If you wanted it, you'd be out there learning, grinding, taking risks. You'd be uncomfortable every damn day until you got it. Here's how you flip the script. First, ask yourself, why am I okay with where I am? Be honest. Maybe it's because the rut's familiar. Maybe it's because change is scary. Maybe it's because you're afraid you'll try and fail. Whatever it is, face it. Then decide where you really want to be. Not some fantasy about being a billionaire, something real. Maybe it's making $100,000 a year. Maybe it's getting jacked. Maybe it's moving to a better city. Whatever it is, make it clear, make it specific, and make it burn inside you. Because if you don't want it bad enough to lose sleep over it, you're not getting it, period. Don't be the guy who's motivated for 3 hours and then goes back to Netflix. That's not motivation, that's a mood swing. Real motivation is a lifestyle. It's waking up every day, knowing you're not where you want to be, and doing something about it. It's training when you're tired, learning when you're bored, pushing when you're scared. It's choosing discomfort over complacency, because complacency is death. You want to be big? Train like a beast. You want to be rich? Hustle like your life depends on it. You want to live somewhere else? Make the moves to get there. You're not stuck, you're choosing. And you can choose different. This is your wake-up call, warriors. You're not where you deserve to be, you're where you've chosen to be. If you're cool with that, fine. Keep playing games, keep eating junk, keep dreaming small. But if you're ready to rewrite your reality, it starts now. Get uncomfortable, lose sleep over your dreams. Fight for the life you want. Because when you wish for something with every ounce of your soul, the universe delivers every single time. So decide what you want, go all in, and don't stop until you're living the life you were born for. If you're ready to be a top G, hit subscribe and let's make it happen.